Good afternoon. Hi everyone, I'm Jo Bebalacqua, and we've got some weird stuff going on with my StreamYard today. So there is not an alien trying to get out of my forehead. There is just some weird things going on that I need to sort out with my StreamYard. If anyone can see, look, even my hands, it's really weird. So if nothing else, if you might get out of listening to me and Heidi talking about Mastermind, you can just laugh at my weird tech problems that's going on. So hello, welcome to a quick chat with Heidi. Heidi has been in my Mastermind groups for a few years now.
I think it's coming up to 3.
Yeah, I think it is. And Heidi wanted to share a bit about her journey, where she was before she joined Mastermind, and how Mastermind has helped her with her business, and probably I'd say personally a little bit too, because obviously we have this week launched our new Mastermind group, which is really exciting. We had somebody sign up yesterday, which is fab, where I help business owners to build really strong, sustainable businesses for success, and helping you really build the business that you want, and the business that you need, and how to do that in the right way. There's so many other people out there telling you to do X, Y, and Z, which is fine, and that might suit people. But for me, it's all about working with you as an individual, and making sure that actually what you want to build and what you need to build are right for you, your business, and your family if you have one. So, Heidi, I'm going to let you introduce yourself to those watching. If you are watching them, please do comment so we can see that you are here. We love to know who we're talking to. If you've got any questions, then please do put them in the comments. And if you're watching on replay, just put in hashtag replay, and any questions you have, we will come back and answer them later. So Heidi, who are you? What do you do?
Thanks, Jo. So yes, as Jo said, my name's Heidi, and I am a virtual assistant and more recently an online business manager. So I work with business coaches, business mentors, experts in their field, taking away that valuable admin work that needs to be done, the project management, the operational management, helping them create landing pages, managing their emails and diaries so that they can show up and focus in their zone of genius. I've been doing that now for just over 3 years, and the OBM side of the business launched earlier this year. So lots of changes as a result of Mastermind.
So you basically give business owners their time back, right? So they can concentrate on what they do best, which is usually delivering or working on business strategy, right?
Exactly that, yeah.
There we go. So talk to me about where you were in your business or where you were personally before you joined Mastermind.
So I joined Mastermind literally as soon as I signed my first client. I knew I was already coming to networking and knew U3 networking anyway. And I'd always made a promise that as soon as I signed my first client, I was going to join Mastermind, because being in business is really lonely. But being a business owner with nobody in your network doing that either is even more lonely, and having no accountability or anybody to bounce ideas off of. So that was really, really important for me. I came from a corporate background. I'd been in corporate for 20 years. And when I started the business, I was charging less than £15 an hour. I signed my first client, joined up to Mastermind. And I think within 2 months of joining Mastermind, that client ended the contract. So I was in a pretty scary place, but determined to just stick with it. And yeah, it's the best decision I made. So looking back at that now, you know, I'm 3.5 years down the line. I've won awards for doing what I do. I this week have closed my books to new businesses because I want to fully 100% give my all to my existing clients, and I can't do that with lots of clients on the book. So I took the decision that I'm going to close the book so that I can fully support my existing clients, give them extra time if needed. And yeah, all of that, the resilience, the mindset, the determination has all come through working with you and the other girls in the mastermind.
Oh, amazing. So where do you think you would be if, when that first client didn't continue working with you, if you thought, actually, this fight, I haven't got the money coming in, so I haven't got the money to pay for Mastermind. Where do you think you'd be if you pulled out of Mastermind kind of in those early days?
I think I'd probably now be back in corporate. At the time, I couldn't go back to a role because I needed to be at home to support my children. But I think I would have been very lonely and isolated, and now probably would be back as an employee working for somebody, being told what to do, when to do it, when I can have time off, and being your own boss. None of that really matters.
Yeah, amazing. I think that's the one thing that sometimes has come out quite a lot when doing these interviews and talking to people that are part of our mastermind is we all get those thoughts, don't we? And whether it's a fleeting thought, whether it's thinking about it all day or all week or all month, if we're not having a great time in our business, those thoughts of quitting and the fact that they could probably walk into a job straight away is very tempting, isn't it?
Yeah, hugely. Sorry, my background is medical. I spent a lot of my career in the NHS. So naturally, to start with, the clients that I was supporting were doctors, were medical professionals. I think even at the time I had a lot of hairdressers on the books. And then last year when COVID hit, I lost 80% of my business overnight. So again, I was in that position of, oh my God, it's really scary. What do I do? And there were so many other business owners in that position. But again, it would have been so easy for me to have just walked into a job and just given up and gone back to, oh my God, a 9 to 5. But yeah, it's so easy, and it does happen. And I think it happens naturally with people as well.
Yeah, especially when they don't have that support and there's people around them saying, okay, we hear you, we see you, we get that you're overwhelmed, or you feel like you can't break through to the next level, but we know that it's coming. You just have to be persistent, and having those people say those things can just give you that confidence to keep going, can't it?
Definitely. If it hadn't have been for you and the girls in the mastermind last year, it literally would have been just so easy to walk away from it all, because it's just that it gets to you and it gets you down, and you think, God, I'm doing everything I can. I'm trying to make it work, but nothing is working. What I've given everything I've got to give, but if it wasn't for that and the resilience that I've built up, the support from you, the support from the women in the mastermind, now I wouldn't be where I am now. As I said, late last year, I won the award for VA of the Year for East Midlands. I've gone on this year, I've launched the OBM side of my business, and I've now closed my doors. And last year, I couldn't dream that I would be in that position.
Yeah, and it's. Do you feel that working on your business, so I talk a lot about kind of quick wins and long sustainable income, and we definitely cover both of those, because sometimes when people reach out for help, it's because they're not getting the business in and they're desperate. So they want those quick wins, which we definitely work on. But primarily we work on those small sustainable things that you have to put in your business to make sure that when you grow your business, you grow it in the right way. So do you feel that, yes, this year you've had an incredible year, I'd love for you to share what your income goals and what your targets were and whether you've achieved them, but the fact that you now have had to close your books just a year on from not having really anybody, losing 80% of your business, do you feel that actually that the fact that you were able to rebuild so quickly was because of all the stuff that you'd learned over the years and how to build that sustainable business? You think it was easier?
Yeah, definitely. It was easier. It was still really hard, and it was a massive roller coaster of a journey, but yeah, having that foundation behind you and the steps and the support definitely made the journey easier than I think it would have been otherwise. And I look back now, and where I am now in terms of income goals, I'm up 50% from last year and 50% from that the year before. So my income is literally, it's as I'm growing, as my mindset's changed, as I'm working on different things, that's having a massive knock-on effect on everything else. And it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it really does. So might put you on a spot here, but what do you think are the 1, 2, or 3 most important things that you've learned from Mastermind? So whether that's activities that we've done, whether it's experts that we've got in, whether it's from the other people in the Mastermind, what is it that you feel are the top kind of 3 things that you've got from Mastermind or you've learned from Mastermind?
So definitely knowing your self-worth, that's a huge thing. You know, when I joined Mastermind, my confidence was just so low. And I didn't have that self-worth and that self-belief in myself. And I was like, I just want to do it. I just want to replace my full-time salary. But I needed somebody to guide me. And I've definitely got that from us. That's been my biggest takeaway is knowing my self-worth and having that self-belief in myself that I can actually do it. And the support from everybody in the mastermind has really helped towards that. And, you know, we were there, we did an extra day yesterday, and it was so lovely to see so many people. And people were saying, you know, I'm so proud and it's so amazing to see what you're achieving and how you're doing it. And that's so important. It's so lovely to be with a group of like-minded people that actually want to support and raise you up as much as they want to do it themselves. Yeah. So that's been my biggest thing. Secondly, it's about having those foundations in place, making sure your foundations are there so that as you grow, that you grow properly. You know, we talk about it being the same as a house. You wouldn't build a house without the foundations in place. So having those foundations in place when you're building your business is really important if you want to build it properly and make it grow and succeed. And then I think the final thing, the other thing is knowing your numbers. It's so important to know your numbers in business, not just what you're bringing in, but what you're spending it on, how you work out what you want to earn, how you're going to get there, what services or products you need to deliver to be able to get there, is again really important. So yeah, I think those are my top 3.
Amazing. You did so well to pull that out from nowhere. Oh, amazing. So from a personal level, so obviously you talked about your finding your self-worth or working on your self-worth. Do you feel like that's an ongoing journey? And is there anything else personally that you've got from joining Mastermind?
So definitely is an ongoing journey. As my business changes, I change, and vice versa, because actually as I said, when I started out, I just wanted something to replace my full-time salary. Now I'm like, no, I want this, and I want to do this, and I want to deliver this, and I want to bring out this. So I think as I've grown as a person, it's enabled me to grow the business. So that's been massive. And then personally, it's just an amazing bunch of friends. You know, we talk about, I think someone in our group refers to us as their board of directors, and it's definitely like that. If I've got a problem, or if any of us have got a problem, we know we can bring it to Mastermind. We all sit there, we all talk about it, and it's just nice knowing that even outside of that, we're all really good friends. We've got those friendships. So yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, we go out for dinner together. We've done baby showers. We've done all sorts.
We have, you know, and we all celebrate each other's birthdays. I had a big birthday last year and I got a beautiful personalized gift, but we celebrate birthday businesses as well. It's not just the personal side. So we celebrate birthday businesses, but it's just that great connection to have, and to know that you're in a room that is safe. You can cry your eyes out if you need to, and nobody judges you for it, because everybody's been through the same thing and are still going through that journey themselves.
Yeah, I always say that there's always somebody that cries, and we always get maybe a couple of people that join like, I'm never going to cry, that is not me. And then at some point where something is so overwhelming or so challenging, I'm so proud, if nothing else. Like, of course I love helping people with their businesses, but the fact that I can and we can create such a safe space between us that people feel that they can be their open and vulnerable and them true selves, and nothing they say is ever going to be wrong. I think that's really, really special, because you don't find that often in the business world, unfortunately.
You don't know. And like you said, it is really, really special. It's such a great thing to have, and such a special kind of memory. I will always treasure the stuff that we do in Mastermind. And, you know, I refer to myself as being on your wheel now. I'm kind of every 6 months, it's like, yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Because it's just so, you always learn something new, and having other people's perspectives and views on things, sometimes you can become so tunnel visioned because you're in it all the time. So having that other person's view and perspective on it is really, really valuable.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So what would you say to anybody who needs to do some work on their self-worth, or they want to build those strong foundations in their business, or can't see the wood through the trees and hasn't got that support network, or maybe has a great personal support network but maybe not a business one? What would you say?
Literally just find your tribe, find the place that you fit in, find the place that you need to be, you know, and just do it. I never regret signing up for Mastermind. And as I said, you know, within 2 months, I'd lost my client. It was scary, but I was determined that I was going to do it. So just finding your tribe, you know, I read loads of personal development books now, which I never did before. So making sure that I've got those to read, that I've got somebody to talk to that is like-minded, but, you know, and you do give me a kick up the backside when I need it. And that's so important. So definitely find your tribe, find the person that you want to work with. And if you can't afford it right now, look at ways that you can do it. Find your tribe somewhere where that you can build that, you know, go networking, meet people, have conversations, and just literally build up to it.
Yeah, do you know what? I love that. And what you said there is, if you don't think you can afford it right now, work out how you can. Because we talked earlier about quick wins, didn't we? And I know that I wanted to work with somebody a few years ago, and it was going to cost me £10,000. Now my prices are not £10,000 yet. I'm sure they will be one day. I mean, Mastermind for 6 months at the moment costs £3,000, which in the big scheme of things is nothing. But actually, if you're thinking, oh God, £300 is a lot for me right now, and it's about work. It's not about thinking about the problems. It's about the solution. So actually, what can I do right now to make that £3,000? Or if I need to pay it monthly at £500 a month, what do I need to do to cover that over? So if you're a hairdresser, what is that? That's 5 full head colours or full head of highlights and a cut and finish. If that's an OBM, then that's a 10 hours. Do you know what I mean? It's what is that in reflection to your business? Then if you actually break it down like that, it doesn't actually seem that much, especially if at the end of the day you're doubling or quadrupling your income by being part of that group. It's an investment at the end of the day. Anything we do is an investment. We buy cars and we think nothing about spending £10,000 or £15,000 on a car or £5,000 on a holiday. But people really need to start thinking about themselves, because we are our biggest assets as business owners, not our offices, not our cars, not anything else. If we are not right and we are not clear and we're not focused, then our business is never going to reach its potential. So business owners really need to think about, actually, the biggest asset in my business is not my computers. It's not any of the softwares. It's what's in here. And actually, I need to learn how to run my business better.
Definitely. And I can see the differences when my mindset has been really low. It's had a knock-on effect on my business compared to when my mindset's been really, really high. And, you know, looking at those quick wins are really important, but actually it is an investment in you. It's an and it's not just an investment in your business, it's an investment in you, because you will change and grow as a person as a result of doing that.
I love that. Amazing. So if anyone is interested in talking to me about Mastermind, and if they think that they want to have a conversation as to if it's right for them or not, then please do reach out and have that conversation with me. There's no pressure. Like I said, I think yesterday, I don't ever beg or force or try and convince people to work with me. It's not how I roll. The timing has to be right for you. Mastermind is priced at £3,000 for the 6 months at the moment, so you can pay that monthly too. So if that is within your budget and you like the sound of what we do, then absolutely reach out and we'll have a conversation. But even if it's not quite in your budget, and you still want to have a conversation about how can we make that within your budget, what can we do in your business so that you are bringing that in to cover Mastermind, then again, I'm so happy to have a conversation with someone about that. Heidi, thank you so much. Honestly, when you stood up yesterday at our event, I was like a proud mum. Like your face, your body language, like everything, you've just really been through a transformation over the last 3 years, personally and professionally. And I'm just so super grateful that you chose me to help you on that journey. So thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in yourself.
Thank you.
And it's been amazing. Here's to another 3 years, hopefully, of working together and growing your business to new heights too.
Definitely. Yeah, I've got some plans. So.
Amazing. Well, I'll find out all about them on Tuesday.
You will.
Our mastermind.
You will.
Amazing. Heidi, have a great afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.